There you go.
Hi. Yeah, you see the Belaire?
I love it. What's your favorite? Tell me, what's your favorite?
Rosé.
Black bottle? The black
Yes.
bottle.
Yes. How are you?
I'm super excited to talk to you. I hit Mr. Rose, Ricky Ross, before this, saying if he doesn't know who you are, he's got to check you out. So expect some love from Mr. Rose himself.
That's amazing. Amazing. I saw some love from him on my comment section, and I have so much love and respect for him and his craft. So it means a lot to me. Big
Oh,
shout
that
out to you, big bro.
oh, that's awesome. So look, so your fans know who I am. I own a liquor company. I own a whole bunch of brands: Belaire, Bumbu, McQueen, Vion. I have some past liquor brands with Ace of Spades and Douce. Um, I've had success. We just did a huge party at Rick's house yesterday or on Saturday, a couple thousand people. It
Right,
was not easy getting there, though, meaning getting the
right,
success. It's hard. And I
right.
started this series called Self-Made, where I get to interview successful people like yourself. But it's not
Right.
easy. It's not easy. What does
It
self-made
isn't.
mean to you?
Um, to me, self-made means hard work. It means resilience. It means sacrifice. It means a lot of things. It means being humble, mostly because sometimes you would think being where you are is because you are just there, but no, it takes a lot. People should know that it takes a lot to for anybody, for Brett to own all these liquor companies, for Rosa Ree to be a rapper, or for anybody to be wherever they want to be. So for me, self-made means lots of hard work, never giving up, always believing in what you're doing, confidence in your own craft, and most of all, putting God first. I'm very spiritual, and because of that, there's many things that I've seen working out for me in ways that I couldn't even begin to explain. So for me, that's what self-made means.
So you mentioned, Rosary, so many things that, like confidence. Just take confidence. Have you
Right.
always had it?
No,
Where
no,
does it come
I
from
haven't
then?
always had it. When I was younger, I was an introvert, and I'm still kind of to myself, but at least these days, when I was younger, I was an introvert. I was not confident in what I was doing. I was bullied in school, and this made me become very scared in my own decision making my own decisions, and doing things just that make me happy. I was also raised in a background that was a bit violent. There was domestic abuse and stuff like that. So, just questioning: Am I doing the right thing? Am I right for this, or is this decision that I'm making correct? So I used to question myself a lot growing up, but I got to a place and I was like, you know what? Regardless of what you do, people are always gonna judge you, think you've done the wrong thing. People are always going to have something to say because it is in our nature as human beings to have an opinion. So basically, I found my confidence mostly in music.
Was there a
And
mo- was there a
sorry.
moment? Was there a moment? Something happened? Something specific?
Well, I just used to listen to a lot of music growing up, and Puff Daddy back in the day, PDD, we used to call him Puff Daddy, yeah, and Faith Evans, and a lot of these guys, growing up, it gave me confidence that if I believe in my craft and something that I'm really talented in, I can always vent there. Like in music, I can go to music, and it's a safe place for me. for
Yep.
me to speak my feelings and my true emotions, regardless of how other people could see me. You know, in music, I would not be judged, or I will not be cursed out, and I will be confident in myself. So growing up and choosing music really, really made me become more confident in myself.
When did you choose music as your business, as the passion you wanted to pursue?
Right. I always had it. Like, I was born with it, with the talent, but also I had to give it up to my people because they really supported me, and I really respect them for that to the core. Like, I really love them for that because they noticed that I had this in me when I was really young, and they nurtured it. And they took me to the choir in church. They took me to piano lessons and flute lessons in school. So basically, they really boosted my confidence.
So
And
so give me
afterwards,
hold on.
I realized I could do this like as a profession because I had an 8 to 5 job and a couple of 8 to 5 jobs actually. And it didn't work out for me. I wasn't happy. I was making money, but nothing added up. And my whole being, my whole self wanted music. So that's when I dropped everything and I was like, no, I cannot do this. And I want to do this. That was back in 2014. So
what were the what were the 8 to 5 jobs?
I was a secretary for a furniture company. I was an executive secretary for another oil company. And then I became a salesperson for a printing company. And I was just, I was so unhappy.
Yeah.
So I used to live with my sister and her husband. And they would ask me like, why are you like that? What is wrong? Are you okay? And I would be like, no, actually, nothing is adding up. I don't want this. This is not the kind of life that I want to live. I want better. And so they were like, okay, my brother-in-law was like, so what do you want? And I said, music. And he was like, okay, get ready. We're gonna go to the studio. And that's when my journey began.
So is that literally what happened?
That's
You went
literally what happened. That's literally what happened. Yes.
So you go to this. So what was the first big break? What was the first success?
I would say, okay, because after doing that, I started posting on Instagram, like rapping and singing and all that. And I would say the first person who saw me was Maximilian Rioba. He had a studio and record label back then. And he was like, come down to the studio. Come, let's do something. And when I went, I believed that I could sing more than, rap.
Yep.
And he was like, you know what? Okay, can you rap? Can you rap for me? And I rapped, and he was like, wow. For me, I didn't take it seriously. I was like, okay, I only do this when I'm doing chores or something, But for him, he was like, wow, you are really good at this. It's your strength. You need to, put more effort in it. And that's what I did. So for me, that was a big break because it opened a lot of doors for me. After that, I met Navril because Maximilian advised me to go and meet the producer who was at that time doing very well. And even up to now, he's really good. So I met Navril, and Navril was interested in signing me. He signed me to his label. And after that, we just started making hits. So
what do you think you learned from Navril?
Wow, I learned that I shouldn't doubt myself. When I was signed to his label, I was kind of like questioning myself still. I was on that journey that I just told you, that building my own confidence and everything. And it wasn't easy. So at times I would question myself. I didn't have a lot of experience in recording and, you know, meeting people and doing interviews. And it was just a lot of pressure. But he always told me, believe in yourself. Like, what you're doing is really good. Don't ever question yourself regardless of the situation. So for me, he was a very good person who advised me very well in my journey musically.
Do you think you have? Do you still question yourself today?
Sometimes, yes. I won't lie to you. I'm not 100%. I make mistakes, and at times I sit and question myself, is this good enough? Am I doing well enough? Should I do better? Because of the mistakes that I've done in the past. And obviously I'm a human being. I'm bound to making more mistakes. So sometimes I sit and I question myself, but these days I'm more confident in who I am and what I want to do and where I want to go. I know the direction that I want to take in my life. But sometimes I sit and ask myself, okay, is that the right decision? Are you going to hurt any people, or are you going to be happy? Because I believe that happiness is the ultimate goal. And if you do something and you're unhappy, then why are you doing it? So for me, the only time that I question myself is like when I'm not sure if something is going to make me happy, but it's something that is probably necessary at that time, or, you know. So yeah, at times I do, but I don't question who I am and where I want to go.
So for the young female artist out there who looks at you, what are the mistakes that you'd tell them, you know, what are the potholes you'd say to avoid that you didn't?
I would tell them to believe in themselves. I would tell them that energy doesn't lie. Sometimes we question ourselves, but we have that thing in our minds and hearts, that in our hearts mostly, in our soul, that tells us that this is the right direction that you should take. But your mind will question it and be like, but what if this and that happens? Don't question yourself. Do what you need to do. Follow your heart. Follow your spirit, because that is the direction that you need to take to get you to your destiny.
With some of the controversy on some of the songs or videos, do you care?
I used to care. And then I kind of got to a place where I feel like mistakes are what makes us. And mistakes make us when we take them as lessons. Because I feel like people are always going to talk. Like,
yeah.
People have questioned angels and Jesus Christ. Like, who am I? You know, I would do something, and it's the most genuine thing, the most positive thing that anyone could do, and someone will still sit and question it or still judge it negatively. So sometimes I just, go with the flow and listen to my spirit.
So me, I get most disappointed in myself when I don't trust my own instincts and I let somebody else make the decision for me. Right. Do you feel that?
Yeah. Yes. Sometimes you would do something and it would make other people happy. Like, yep. You care what this people would feel, or this person, you care about their opinion. It is not what you want to do, but you care how they would feel with the repercussions of your actions. And if you do contrary to what you want, that other person is gonna be happy, but are you gonna be happy?
Yep.
That is the biggest question that we fail to consider. Like, am I gonna be happy if I change myself to be how this other person wants? How this person will be happy? Will I be happy? So basically, we need to be ourselves. We need to be the truest form of ourselves, and people need to notice that they need to accept you the way you are, love you the way you are, regardless.
Is Rosa Ree and Rosa Ree the rapper and Rosa Ree the singer three different people?
Wow. That is one question that I've never gotten around to, honestly, because I feel like, truly, I feel like I'm the same person. I switch up when I need to work. I switch up when I'm performing, when I'm recording. I do not even rap in the same voice that I'm speaking to you with. But I feel like I'm the same person. I just switch up when I need to.
So when I heard your music for the first time, and not meeting you, not knowing you, I was like, wow, this gets me going. Like, this person's got attitude, and she's confident, and she doesn't care. Like, you feel it, you see it. Do you think your fans, that's what they get from being fans of you? Like, that's what they look up to, this unbelievably confident person?
Yeah, basically, but I feel like people have different interpretations of what bad is, or what a badass is, to say the least. Like, for me, badass is being confident. Badass is knowing who you are, knowing where you want to be, being confident in chasing your goals. And it's not being arrogant or rude or being disrespectful. That's not what being badass is to me. And I try to most interpret that in the lyrics in my music and my sound and the music that I give to people. Regardless of my looks or my hard ass, outlook, because we are humans. People will judge you by how you look outside and not even want to know how you are inside. But for me, I always interpret who I really am in my lyrics and in my music. So I put my experiences and my whole being, my whole self in it.
What about the visual side, the video side? Because to me, they tell. If you didn't hear the music and just saw the video, it's telling a massive story. Right,
and as it should, because it would be really boring to not give people a show. You're giving people good music and you're not giving them a show. You're not entertaining. I'm an entertainer. I want to entertain you in my lyrics, in my sound, in the visuals, in the videos, in the performances. So if I give you something that is not going to give you a certain feeling, what am I doing? So for me, the visuals also interpret what I want to bring to the audience, like what message I'm trying to convey in my music. I put it also in the visuals. So it's all an all-rounded thing for me.
Who, whether it's in Africa or the US, even if you didn't know them personally, who's the mentor? Who's the people you look up to? You're watching what they do because you like how they move, how they dress, how they shoot, how they sing? Or is it different? It's different based on each of those individual aspects of them.
Wow. That is really deep, but there's many people who I I look up to. I've seen them growing up, and I really love, like, I was mostly inspired by Lil Wayne to do rap music because I used to listen to his lyrics and it sounded like freedom to me. And at that time, that's exactly what I was chasing for. You know, I don't know how to explain it, but his music was freedom to my ears, peace, you know? And for me, I wanted that because I'm from a background that had very little to none of that. So I really wanted to be in a safe place, in a place where my opinion mattered, in a place where what I had to say had value. And I felt like in hip hop, more than any other genre, I would get that because I listened to his music a lot. When I was 13, my sister got me an iPod, and it was full of his albums. And I was like, okay. So I started listening to him, and I wanted that kind of boldness and freedom in what I believed, you know, and freedom in what I was seeking to.
And how about on the female side?
Wow. Yeah, growing up, I used to listen to Da Brat.
Yeah. I love Da Brat. I just talked to her. I love Da Brat.
I love her too.
But she has, I know her personally, she has that attitude. Like that raw attitude. I can do anything I freaking want.
Exactly. And that's what I needed. I had a lack of that, you know.
Yep.
I did not believe in myself. I did not have confidence. I wasn't bold. I was getting bullied, and I just wanted that. I wanted to be I wanted to roar. I wanted to be a roar in your ear. Like literally in the beginning of my journey, there's a time I was calling myself Rosa Ree. That's how badly I wanted my voice to be there, to be a roar in your ear. So yeah, and that just inspired me a lot growing up.
Is it fun for you now?
It is. It is freeing. I make music these days and I feel freedom. I feel like this is where I need to be.
Do you remember the moment where it that you said that to yourself? Like when you think back, do you remember the moment when you felt that for the first time? I'm doing what I was meant to do. I'm enjoying my life.
I do. And it's actually a funny story. Let me pull you closer so I can hear you better. Yeah? Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, just one moment.
No worries.
I want to hear you better.
Everybody, Rosa Ree, Tanzania, should be following.
Yay. Right. I think we're good now.
Mac Maine, you got to check out Rosa Ree. You got to get a collab with her and Wayne.
You better. Right. For me, the moment that I felt most free, like this is what I wanted to do. This is for me. Wow. I was in high school and I was writing music. I used to do poems and write lyrics and stuff. And my heart just pumped every time I would hold the pen.
Yeah.
It would just pump different. It would just, like, I'm literally getting goosebumps just talking about it. Like my heart pumped differently when I was writing these poems, when I was on these lyrics and just putting my whole heart in it. Because when I write something, I put myself, my being in it. And so that's when I realized this is what I'm supposed to do. Before I even met anyone, I realized that this is what I'm meant to do.
What do you want to do next? What haven't you done that you'd want to accomplish?
I want to make a difference in how people view women generally, because I am a feminist to the core. Like, I was born in a family of 6. My dad had 2 wives. My mom is the second wife, and she has 3 girls. And all my sisters have girl children. And my mom faced a life of a lot of domestic violence and a lot of anger and pain and trauma. And sorry, why am I getting emotional?
No, I get it.
Yeah, and for me, I want people to see women differently, because we are all in this world because there's a woman who brought us here, who was a bridge to us getting here.
Yep.
And we need to give women more respect and more strength and boost their confidence more. Because if we do not do that, then what kind of generations are we mentoring to come next, you know? And what kind of people does that make us, you know? So we need to do better when it comes to that. And that's what that's my other goal in life. I just want to really accomplish that.
Doesn't it, the more successful you are, give you more and more confidence to speak out and to be able to do all these things that can make a difference?
Yes, because one thing I believe about being an artist is that I'm not only an entertainer or a lyricist or a rapper, I'm also a voice for the people. I also need to use my influence and and this platform that I have to also bring some positivity into people's lives. And if I do not do that, I will not have planted any seeds in the world, any good seeds, and I will just leave without a legacy. You know, I wouldn't have something that I have left positive, nothing positive in the world, even if, you know, I left the world one day. I would just be poof, gone.
Where do you get inspiration? Where does it come from for your music?
Wow. I believe I get it from my experiences in my life, my day-to-day experiences, my past, my present, and also what I want to do, where I want to go. And that's what motivates me every day, knowing that I'm not there yet. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I used to be, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm also not where I want to be. So I push more. I push harder. I also have a lot of things that I want to achieve.
Does, you know, when I talk to artists about collaborations, you know, Moneybagg Yo?
Yes.
Yeah, so super successful. He's got the #1 album in the United States. I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago. Great kid. And he's so proud of the fact that, you know, there's not a lot of collabs on the album. It's just him. Like, does that feel good knowing you can pull your own weight? It's just you. You're the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It feels good, but nobody's an island. I don't believe anyone is an island. Like, we all need each other. We all have a place and a certain kind of relevance that probably someone else doesn't. So always working together and exchanging this kind of vibes, because it's all about energy. It is energy. Exchanging energies becomes a bomb. It gives life to something else that it just blows. So for me, it's really important.
Whose energy would you love to collab with? Who's out there, male or female?
I really want to work with Lil Wayne, because I feel like he's been a huge part of my journey. He doesn't know that, but he has been a huge part of my journey. I also would love to collaborate with Rick Ross. My God, he's really good. Like, I really appreciate him. And yeah, Kanye West too.
How about female?
Females, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I love her. She's unmatched. She's crazy.
But what does that feel like to be compared to her?
Wow. It's something, because I know how good she is. But I also believe that she has her own flavor, and so do I. And we would be awesome in a track together. We would be amazing. And yeah, it's an honor too, because she has a legacy that is huge. So me being compared to her is something that I would say, people, guys, that's good, but she's a queen. And doesn't make me, it doesn't mean I'm saying I'm any less of a queen, but I also have my own thing that I'm bringing.
So on the flip side of music, when you're home, what do you like to do? What relaxes you? What keeps you constant? What makes you feel good?
Wow. One thing that people do not ever believe is that when I'm home, first of all, I'm the last born child. So everybody's just always sending me, do this, do that, do that. That's how I was raised, and that's how it is up to now. But also when I'm home, I love to cook. When I'm home, I love to chill. I always love to stay indoors. I never believe that, but I love to stay indoors. I love to be cozy. I love to take my coffee and just chill sometimes. And I also make music a lot, because I have a studio at home. So I make a lot of music too.
Well, Rosa Ree, I adore you. I think, as I said, hearing your music, you just give me confidence. And to this day, I wish I had more. I wish I had more, but you give it. And the way you speak now, you're authentic. You're awesome. I'd love to find a way for us to work together. I'd love to help you in any way we can with our network and what we have going on. But keep going. You got a story to tell. And whether it's supporting women, whether it's your music, it's so authentic, and I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome. But I appreciate you taking the time with me, and you've got a huge fan right here.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I was actually one of the first Belaire influencers in Tanzania.
Love it.
And I loved that. I loved working with Belaire in the beginning, and it was amazing. And I would love to work with you too.
We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Don't worry. That's as Rick Ross says, too easy. Too easy.
Too easy. Yeah.
Too easy.
But
I'm on it. I love you. All the best. Stay healthy. Keep it up. Don't stop, and trust your instincts. All right.
Thank you so much. God
Thank
bless.
you, everybody. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.